Sophia, mid-20s, professional and poised, strides into the sleek, modern lobby of a high-rise office building. Her heels click softly against the polished marble floor as she clutches her resume folder. Her expression is a mix of determination and nerves. She checks her watch. 9:45 a.m., 15 minutes until her interview. Sophia approaches the security desk, where a friendly security guard smiles at her. Security guard. Morning, Mississippi. How can I help you? Sophia. Good morning. I'm here for an interview with Mr. Jacobs at 10 a.m. The guard nods and checks a list. Security guard. Ah yes, Sophia Thompson, right? You're all set. Just take the elevator to the 12th floor. Best of luck, Sophia. Thank you. Sophia gives a small, grateful smile and heads towards the elevator bank. She presses the up button and waits, glancing around at the pristine surroundings. The elevator arrives with a soft chime, and she steps in. As the doors slide shut, Sophia finds herself alone. She takes a deep breath, smoothing down her blazer, and silently rehearses her elevator pitch. The elevator hums softly as it ascends. A moment later, the doors open, revealing the bustling 12th floor. Sophia steps out into a space that is both modern and inviting. Large windows flood the area with natural light, and employees move about with purpose. Sophia approaches the reception desk, where an efficient receptionist is typing away at a computer. Receptionist. Good morning. How can I assist you? Sophia. Hi. I'm here for an interview with Mr. Jacobs. Receptionist. Of course. Please have a seat, and I'll let him know you're here. Sophia nods and takes a seat in the waiting area. She glances around, noticing the calm, productive atmosphere. She opens her resume folder, giving it one last review, as her mind races with the potential of what lies ahead. Conference room day. A few minutes later, a door opens, and Mr. Jacobs, a confident, middle-aged man with a warm smile, steps out. Mr. Jacobs. Sophia, welcome. Please come in. Sophia stands, smoothing her skirt, and follows Mr. Jacobs into a spacious conference room. They exchange pleasantries as they sit down at a large, polished table. Mr. Jacobs, I've had a chance to review your resume, and I'm very impressed. Let's start by hearing a bit about what excites you about this position. Sophia takes a deep breath, her confidence building as she begins to share her passion for the role. The conversation flows naturally, with Sophia's expertise and enthusiasm shining through. An hour later, Sophia steps back into the lobby, her heart light and her spirits high. She exhales deeply, a smile spreading across her face. As she walks out of the building, she feels a sense of accomplishment and hope for the future. City Street Day. Sophia steps onto the busy street, blending into the crowd of professionals. Her phone buzzes in her purse. She checks it to find a message from her best friend, Megan. Text from Megan. How did it go? Sophia types back quickly, her fingers trembling with excitement. Text to Megan. I think it went really well. Fingers crossed. She slips her phone back into her purse and continues down the street, her future wide open and filled with possibilities. Sophia's apartment evening. Sophia enters her cozy, well-decorated apartment. The sun is setting, casting a warm glow through the windows. She drops her bag on the couch and kicks off her heels, letting out a sigh of relief. Her cat, Luna, a sleek gray tabby, hops onto the armrest, purring softly. Sophia. Hey, Luna. Guess what? I think today went really well. She scratches Luna behind the ears, smiling to herself as she heads to the kitchen. She pours herself a glass of wine and takes a seat at the dining table, scrolling through her phone to check her emails. A new email catches her eye. It's from Mr. Jacobs. Her heart skips a beat as she opens it. Email from Mr. Jacobs. Subject. Thank you for your time. Hi, Sophia. It was a pleasure meeting you today. I was very impressed with your experience and enthusiasm. We will be making a decision soon, and I will be in touch by the end of the week. Best, Mr. Jacobs. Sophia reads the email twice, her excitement building. She sets her phone down, a satisfied smile on her face. Sophia. End of the week. I can do that. Coffee shop morning. The next day, Sophia meets up with Megan at their favorite coffee shop. The place is buzzing with activity, the smell of freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Megan, a lively brunette in her mid-20s, waves as Sophia enters. Megan, Soph, over here. Sophia smiles and joins Megan at a corner table. They both order their usuals, and Sophia recounts the details of her interview. Megan, that sounds so promising. I bet you'll hear good news. You deserve this. Sophia, I hope so. It feels like the perfect fit. Megan, what will you do if you get it? Sophia, celebrate, of course, and then just dive into the work. It's an amazing opportunity. Their drinks arrive, and they clink their mugs together, laughing. Megan, to new beginnings. Sophia, to new beginnings. Sophia's apartment Friday night. The week flies by, filled with anticipation. On Friday evening, Sophia sits on her couch, her phone in hand, constantly refreshing her email. She's dressed in casual jeans and a soft sweater, her hair tied back in a loose ponytail. At 7:30 p.m., a new email notification pops up. Sophia's heart races as she opens it. It's from Mr. Jacobs. Email from Mr. Jacobs. Subject, job offer. Dear Sophia, we were truly impressed with your interview and are excited to offer you the position of marketing coordinator. We believe you will be a valuable addition to our team. Please find the details attached and let us know if you have any questions. Looking forward to your positive response. Best regards, Mr. Jacobs. Sophia lets out a joyful laugh, her eyes sparkling. She stands up, pacing around her living room, unable to contain her excitement. She dials Megan's number. Sophia. Megan, I got the job. Megan's delighted squeal echoes through the phone. Megan, I knew it. Congratulations, Soph. We need to celebrate. Sophia grins, her heart full of excitement and gratitude. Sophia, absolutely. Tonight, let's make it a night to remember. City nightlife night. Later that evening, Sophia and Megan hit the town, celebrating with dinner and dancing. The city lights twinkle around them, reflecting the joy and new beginnings ahead. Sophia feels a renewed sense of purpose and excitement for the journey that awaits. Sophia steps into a sleek, modern office lobby. The space is filled with the hum of chatter and the click of heels on polished floors. Her eyes flicker around, taking in the surroundings, as she makes her way to the reception desk. Sophia, softly to herself, "You've got this." She approaches the receptionist, a polished woman in her mid-30s with a warm smile. Receptionist, good morning. How can I help you? Sophia, hi. I'm Sophia Hernandez. I'm here for the 10 a.m. interview. The receptionist types briefly on her computer, then looks up with a reassuring smile. Receptionist, great. Please take a seat. Someone will be with you shortly. Sophia nods, her anxiety masked by a polite smile, and heads to a seating area. She pulls out her phone, taking a moment to check her messages. A notification from her best friend, Lucas, pops up. Good luck. You've got this. Sophia smiles, feeling a bit more at ease. She tucks her phone away, taking a deep breath, just as a young, confident woman in a business suit approaches. Young woman Sophia Hernandez? Sophia stands, extending her hand. Sophia, yes, that's me. Young woman, I'm Rachel, the HR coordinator. If you'll follow me, we'll head to the conference room. Conference room day. Sophia enters the room, where a panel of interviewers sits behind a long table. The room is bright and airy, with a view of the city skyline. Sophia's heart races as she takes her seat. Interviewer 1, Sophia, it's a pleasure to meet you. We're excited to learn more about you and how you might fit with our team. Sophia smiles, her nervousness melting into determination. She straightens her posture and meets the interviewer's gaze with confidence. Sophia, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and share how my experiences align with your company's goals. The conversation flows as Sophia delves into her experiences, her passion for the industry, and her drive to make an impact. The interviewers nod, impressed by her poise and articulate responses. Office building day. Sophia steps out of the building, the sun shining down on her. She exhales deeply, a smile playing on her lips. She checks her phone again. A message from Lucas waiting for her. "Lucas, how'd it go?" Sophia types back quickly. "Felt good. Fingers crossed." As she walks down the bustling street, her stride is lighter, filled with hope and anticipation for what's to come. Coffee shop day. Later that afternoon, Sophia sits at a cozy corner table, sipping a latte. The coffee shop buzzes with life friends chatting, people working on laptops, and baristas calling out orders. Sophia is lost in thought, replaying the interview in her head. Her phone buzzes, and she glances at the screen. It's a call from her sister, Emily. "Sophia, hey. Emily, hey. How'd it go? Did you wow them?" Sophia smiles, touched by her sister's enthusiasm. "Sophia, I think it went well. They asked a lot of good questions and I felt confident about my answers." "Emily, that's awesome. I'm proud of you. You've worked so hard for this." "Sophia, thanks, Em. It means a lot. I just hope it's enough." "Emily, trust me, it is. They'd be lucky to have you." Sophia, smiling, "Thanks. I'll keep you posted." They exchange a few more words before hanging up. Sophia takes another sip of her latte, a sense of calm settling over her. She opens her laptop, deciding to do some freelance work while she waits for news. Sophia's apartment night. The sun has set, casting a warm glow over Sophia's small, cozy apartment. She sits on her couch, a blanket draped over her legs, scrolling through her favorite online forum about career growth and development. She finds a thread about post-interview nerves and starts reading the advice and success stories. Her phone buzzes with a new email notification. She hesitates for a moment, her heart racing, before opening it. Subject: follow-up on interview. Sophia's eyes scan the message quickly. A wide smile spreads across her face as she reads the words, "We would like to offer you the position." She lets out a joyful laugh, her excitement bubbling over. Without hesitation, she calls Lucas. Sophia, joyfully, "Lucas, I got the job." Lucas, excitedly, "I knew it. Congrats, Sophia. You deserve this." They share a moment of celebration over the phone before Sophia hangs up, still grinning. She sends a quick message to Emily and her parents, sharing the good news. Office first day morning. Sophia steps into the office for her first day, dressed smartly, exuding confidence. She's greeted warmly by her new colleagues, who show her to her desk and introduce her to the team. As the day progresses, Sophia feels a sense of belonging. She's already contributing ideas in meetings and soaking in the new environment. By the end of the day, she sits at her desk, reflecting on the journey that brought her here. Sophia, to herself, this is just the beginning. With a renewed sense of purpose, Sophia logs off her computer, ready to embrace the opportunities ahead. Interview room day. Sophia steps into the room, maintaining her composure despite the slight stumble outside. She is greeted by a panel of interviewers, their expressions a mix of curiosity and expectation. Sophia, smiling, "Good morning. Thank you for having me." She walks confidently to the center of the room, unaware that one heel is missing. The slight limp catches the eye of one of the interviewers, Karen, a sharp-eyed woman in her 50s. Karen, raising an eyebrow, "Are you all right?" Sophia glances down, realizing her heel is gone. A moment of panic flashes across her face, but she quickly regains her composure. Sophia, chuckling softly, "It seems I've lost a shoe along the way. One moment, please." She turns gracefully, retracing her steps towards the door. The interview panel watches, some amused, others impressed by her calm under pressure. Hallway outside interview room day. Sophia spots her errant heel lying a few feet away. She slips it back on, takes a deep breath, and returns to the interview room. Interview room day. Sophia re-enters, her posture even more confident than before. Sophia, apologetically, "Where were we?" The interviewers exchange glances, impressed by her poise. Karen, smiling, "I think we're off to a memorable start. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?" Sophia sits down, ready to turn the moment to her advantage. She begins her introduction, her voice steady and engaging. Sophia, smiling warmly. Certainly. I'm Sophia Williams, a recent graduate in marketing from Weston University. During my time there, I led several successful projects that increased engagement and visibility for our student-run enterprises. Karen nods, intrigued. Impressive. Can you give us an example of one such project? Sophia, of course. Last year, I spearheaded a campaign for our annual charity fundraiser. We implemented a digital marketing strategy that boosted attendance by 40% compared to previous years. I focused on leveraging social media and influencer partnerships, which proved to be a game changer. Interviewer 2. Taking notes. That's quite a jump. How did you handle the challenges that came with such an ambitious campaign? Sophia, passionately. It was a learning curve. Balancing the traditional marketing methods with innovative digital approaches was key. There were moments of uncertainty, especially when a major influencer backed out last minute. However, we quickly adapted by reaching out to local micro-influencers, which helped maintain momentum. Karen, smiling. Adaptability is crucial in this field. It seems you've got a knack for it. Sophia smiles, her confidence growing with each passing moment. Sophia, thank you. I believe that every challenge presents an opportunity to learn and improve. It's something I've carried through all my projects and intend to bring here. Interviewer 3. Leaning forward. We're also curious about your leadership style. How do you approach managing a team? Sophia, reflectively. I view leadership as a collaborative effort. I make it a point to understand each team member's strengths and areas for growth. Empowering them to take ownership of their tasks fosters a sense of responsibility and motivation. I also prioritize open communication to ensure everyone feels heard and valued. The panel exchanges approving glances, clearly impressed by Sophia's thoughtful responses. Karen, one last question, Sophia. Why do you want to work with our company? Sophia, earnestly. Your company's commitment to innovation and community engagement resonates with my personal values. I'm excited about the prospect of contributing to a team that is making meaningful impacts in the industry. I'm eager to apply my skills and grow alongside your company. The panelists nod, visibly satisfied with her answer. Karen, thank you, Sophia. We'll be in touch soon. Sophia, thank you all for your time and consideration. Sophia rises, shakes hands with each interviewer, and exits the room with a composed smile. Hallway outside interview room day. As soon as the door closes behind her, Sophia lets out a quiet sigh of relief, a smile of satisfaction spreading across her face. She slips her phone out of her bag and texts her best friend. Text, just finished the interview. I think it went well. Lost a shoe, but kept my cool. Fingers crossed. She slips her phone back in her bag and walks away, her steps confident and hopeful. Sophia takes a deep breath, settling into the chair with poise. She can feel the eyes of the panel members studying her, but she keeps her expression neutral. She is no stranger to pressure, and this moment is no different. Panel member 2, let's dive right in. You've come highly recommended, but we'd like to know more about your experience. Can you tell us about a time when you faced a difficult challenge at work and how you handled it? Sophia thinks for a moment, recalling a particularly difficult situation. Sophia, there was a project I was managing last year. It involved a tight deadline, limited resources, and a team that hadn't worked together before. I realized early on that if we didn't work efficiently as a unit, we'd miss the deadline. So, I took the initiative to organize the team, assigning roles that played to each individual's strengths, while also fostering open communication. It wasn't easy, but we made it happen. We finished ahead of schedule, and the client was thrilled with the results. Panel member 3, impressive. It seems like you thrive under pressure. But how do you deal with conflicts within a team? Sophia's mind races slightly, but her voice remains calm and steady. Sophia, I believe in addressing conflicts directly but respectfully. I always try to understand both sides of the issue and facilitate a conversation between the parties involved. Everyone has their own perspective, and the key is to listen first, then work towards a solution that everyone can agree on. In the long run, it fosters a sense of unity and respect. Panel member 1, that's a solid approach. Now, tell us why you're interested in this position. What draws you to it? Sophia pauses, allowing herself a brief moment to gather her thoughts before answering. Sophia, I've always been passionate about leadership and problem solving. This position offers the opportunity to not only apply my skills, but also to grow in an environment that challenges me. I admire the work your company does, and I'm eager to contribute to its continued success. The panel members exchange glances, nodding in approval. Panel member 2, thank you for sharing that. One last question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Sophia leans forward slightly, her voice steady but filled with ambition. Sophia, in 5 years, I see myself in a leadership role where I can mentor others, guiding them through challenges and helping them grow professionally. I want to be someone who contributes not just to the company's success, but also to the personal success of those around me. The panel members seem impressed, their expressions softening. Panel member 3, thank you, Sophia. We'll be in touch soon. Sophia rises, her handshake firm, and exits the room with the same confidence she entered with. As she steps into the hallway, her pulse races slightly, but she knows she gave it her best. Sophia walks down the hallway, her heels clicking softly against the polished floor. She forces herself to breathe slowly, resisting the urge to look back at the interview room. The moment she steps outside the building, she takes a deep breath, feeling a mix of relief and uncertainty. She pulls out her phone, checking the time. It's been almost an hour since the interview began. Her fingers hover over the screen, debating whether to call someone. But she decides against it, needing a moment to process everything on her own. As she walks to her car, her thoughts swirl. She knows she did well, but there's always that lingering doubt. What if they think she's too young? What if they believe she lacks experience? She pushes these thoughts aside. She's been preparing for this opportunity for years. Sophia starts the engine, pulling out of the parking lot and onto the quiet city streets. Her mind drifts back to the interview, replaying each answer in her head. She can't help but smile when she remembers the moment the panel seemed impressed with her response about conflict resolution. It was a question she had anticipated, and she had answered it with the confidence of someone who knew exactly how to handle those kinds of situations. As she turns a corner, her phone buzzes in her hand. She checks the screen, expecting to see a text from a friend, but it's an email notification. She taps it open. The subject line catches her attention. Job interview, next steps. Her heart races as she opens the message. Sophia, thank you again for your time today. We are pleased to inform you that we would like to move forward with your application. We were impressed by your leadership experience, your approach to team management, and your passion for growth. We would like to invite you to a second-round interview next week. Please let us know your availability. Best regards, the hiring panel. Sophia's hands shake slightly as she rereads the email. Feels surreal. She had hoped for this, but now that it's happening, she feels a surge of excitement mixed with a touch of disbelief. She takes a moment to compose herself before responding with her availability. As she hits send, she lets out a quiet laugh, a mix of relief and excitement. This is the opportunity she's been waiting for, one step closer to the career she's always envisioned. Sophia, that experience really taught me the importance of adaptability and leadership under pressure. It was a defining moment in my career. When the team member left, there was a brief moment of panic, but I quickly realized that it was an opportunity for me to step up and lead. I reassessed the project timeline, identified the critical tasks, and redistributed the workload based on each team member's strengths. She pauses, ensuring her words land with the panel. Sophia, I also made sure to keep the team motivated by acknowledging their hard work and staying transparent about any changes. We communicated constantly, adjusted our strategies as needed, and celebrated small wins along the way. In the end, not only did we meet the deadline, but we also exceeded the client's expectations. They were so pleased that it led to several new projects with them. Sophia gives a modest smile. Sophia, it was a humbling experience that reinforced my belief in teamwork and the power of staying calm in the face of adversity. It's all about finding the right solutions, even in challenging situations. The panel members nod, clearly impressed with her ability to lead and her problem-solving mindset. Panel member 1. That's an impressive story, Sophia. Sounds like you really rose to the occasion. Can you tell us how you ensure your team stays motivated during tough times? Sophia nods thoughtfully, leaning slightly forward to engage more directly. Sophia, motivation, especially during challenging times, is all about creating a sense of purpose and connection. I've found that when people understand the bigger picture and feel personally invested in the outcome, they're more likely to push through difficult moments. She pauses, her tone becoming more deliberate as she adds another layer to her approach. Sophia, in that particular project, I made sure to involve everyone in decision-making whenever possible. I asked for their input on how we could adjust our strategies or processes, which gave them ownership of the project. I also made time for one-on-one check-ins, so I could understand their concerns and offer support where needed. It's about fostering an environment where everyone feels valued, and their contributions are recognized, no matter how small. Panel member 3. That's a great approach. It shows that you value your team's input. What do you think makes you unique as a leader? Sophia smiles again, clearly prepared for this question. Sophia, what sets me apart as a leader is my ability to balance empathy with a results-driven mindset. I believe in understanding each team member's strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, and using that knowledge to create an environment where they can thrive. At the same time, I'm always focused on achieving the goal and delivering results. I don't just expect success. I support the team every step of the way to make sure we get there together. Her words resonate with the panel, and she senses a shift in their tone. Sophia, I've always believed that a leader should be someone who lifts others up, while also setting clear expectations and holding everyone accountable. It's a delicate balance, but when it works, it's incredibly rewarding for everyone involved. The panel members exchange another approving look, clearly appreciating her perspective. Sophia leans forward slightly, her posture confident yet approachable, showing genuine interest in the conversation. As panel member 1 begins to explain the team's structure and the exciting new projects on the horizon, Sophia listens carefully, absorbing every detail. She mentally notes key points about the company's vision, its upcoming initiatives, and how her skills might align with those goals. Panel member 1. We're a tight-knit group, collaborative and driven by innovation. Our upcoming projects focus on expanding our reach into new markets, especially in the tech and sustainability sectors. We're looking for someone who can bring fresh ideas to the table and also work well with others. Sophia's eyes gleam with excitement, and she takes a moment to gather her thoughts before responding. Sophia, that sounds incredible. I've always believed in the power of teamwork to bring out the best ideas. I'm particularly interested in the sustainability projects. I've had a lot of experience working on environmental initiatives in my previous role, and I'd love to contribute to something that has such a meaningful impact. Panel member 2 nods approvingly, clearly impressed by Sophia's proactive approach. Panel member 2. That's exactly the kind of enthusiasm we're looking for. We believe that innovation in sustainability will be key to our long-term success. Your experience would be a valuable addition to the team. Sophia smiles, feeling more confident with each passing moment. She knows this is the kind of work she's been looking for. Challenging yet rewarding, with room for growth and a chance to make a real difference. Sophia, I'm really excited about the possibility of joining such a forward-thinking company. How soon would you expect someone to start contributing to these new projects? The panel members exchange glances, and panel member 1 responds with a reassuring tone. Panel member 1. Ideally, we'd like someone to start as soon as possible. There's a lot of momentum right now, and we need someone who can hit the ground running. Sophia, perfect. I'm eager to get started and contribute in any way I can. She looks around the room, meeting each member's gaze. The energy in the room shifts. What had started as a formal interview now feels more like a conversation between potential colleagues, all sharing the excitement of a new chapter. Panel member 3. Well, Sophia, it's been a pleasure getting to know you today. We'll be in touch soon with next steps. Sophia, thank you all for your time and consideration. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Sophia stands, feeling a sense of accomplishment as she leaves the interview room. She knows she gave it her all and is optimistic about the future, whether it's with this company or another opportunity that might come her way. As Sophia steps out of the interview room, she exhales deeply, a mixture of relief and excitement flooding through her. The hallway is quiet, but she can still hear the faint murmur of voices from within the conference room. She takes a moment to compose herself before checking her phone for any missed messages, but it's still too soon for any updates. Sophia walks down the corridor, her steps light and purposeful. Her mind begins to race, replaying moments from the interview, the way the panel members responded to her answers, the enthusiasm they had when discussing the company's projects. She's confident she made a strong impression. As she reaches the exit, her phone buzzes. She smiles, half expecting a message from a friend or colleague, but it's an email notification from the company. She pauses for a split second, her heart skipping a beat, before swiping to open it. The subject line reads, "Follow up on interview for sustainability role." Sophia's breath catches as she opens the email, her eyes quickly scanning the contents. The message begins with warm thanks for her time and highlights her impressive experience. The email ends with an invitation for her to return for a second-round interview, where she would meet more of the team and delve deeper into the role. Sophia lets out a small gasp, a wave of excitement washing over her. This is exactly what she had hoped for. She quickly taps out a reply, expressing her gratitude and eagerness to continue the process. Her fingers hover over the keyboard for a moment, before she hits send, feeling a sense of accomplishment. As she exits the building, Sophia pulls her coat tighter around her and looks up at the clear blue sky. A sense of possibility fills the air, and she feels more certain than ever that this could be the beginning of something amazing. Her phone buzzes again, but this time, it's a message from her best friend, Zoe. "OE, text, how did it go?" Sophia grins as she types back, "They want me back for a second round. Can you believe it?" Zoe's response comes quickly, "You're going to crush it. I knew it." Sophia laughs softly, feeling a renewed sense of hope and anticipation. She's not just a part of the job search anymore, she's on the verge of something great. And no matter what happens next, she knows this is only the beginning of a promising journey. As Sophia steps outside the building, the cool breeze hits her face, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the interview room. She glances down at her heel, still in her hand, feeling a bit of a laugh bubbling up inside her. That moment, with her heel just sitting there, had been a perfect mix of awkward and endearing. But the best part? The unexpected offer that followed. Her phone buzzes again, another text from Zoe. "Zoe, text, you're kidding, right? Did they seriously offer you the job?" Sophia grins as she types back quickly, "Yes, I got it. Can you believe it?" Zoe's reply comes in an instant. "I knew it from the moment you walked in. So proud of you." Sophia laughs softly, her heart still racing with excitement. She walks down the street, the weight of the offer sinking in. It was everything she had hoped for. As she walks, her thoughts begin to shift to the future, what this new job will mean, what kind of impact she can make, and how she can balance this fresh opportunity with the rest of her life. Her phone buzzes once more, but this time, it's from her mother. "Mom, text, congratulations. Darling, we are so proud of you. We knew you'd land something amazing." Sophia's fingers hover over the screen. Her relationship with her mother had always been complicated. While her parents had high expectations for her career, their approach had often felt more like pressure than support. But this message felt different. It was genuine, and for the first time, Sophia felt as if they truly saw her for who she was and what she could accomplish on her own terms. She quickly responds, "Thanks, Mom. I'm really excited about this opportunity." Sophia tucks her phone back into her bag and continues her walk, the city buzzing with life around her. The streets seem brighter, the world a bit more open to possibilities. She feels lighter, more confident, ready to take on the challenges ahead. As she reaches her apartment building, she pauses for a moment, taking in the familiar surroundings. Her heart still racing, she thinks about what this job will bring, how much it will change her. She's not just taking on a new role, she's stepping into a future where she can finally carve out her own path. One where she's not bound by expectations, but driven by her own passion. Her phone buzzes again, and this time, it's a reminder for a dinner with her friends to celebrate. Sophia smiles and hits accept, knowing this is a moment she'll savor. Tonight, she'll celebrate the start of something new with the people who have supported her along the way. Later that evening, the restaurant is filled with laughter and clinking glasses as Sophia shares the news. Zoe, always the first to raise a toast, lifts her glass high. Zoe, to Sophia, conqueror of interviews, breaker of heels, and all-around rock star. The table erupts into cheers, and Sophia laughs, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. She's surrounded by people who believe in her, and for the first time, she truly believes in herself. As the evening winds down, Sophia reflects on the journey ahead. She's no longer just trying to fit into a mold or meet someone else's expectations. She's stepping into her own story, ready to write the next chapter with confidence and determination. Whatever comes next, she's ready for it. The next few days pass in a whirlwind of excitement and planning. Sophia spends her mornings rereading the offer letter, making sure every detail is in place, and her evenings celebrating with friends and family. But amidst all the joy, she feels the weight of the new responsibility settling in. Her first day at the new job is fast approaching, and she's already mentally preparing herself for the transition. The initial thrill of the offer has now given way to anticipation and a touch of nervousness. She takes a deep breath, reminding herself that this is exactly what she wanted. An opportunity to grow, learn, and make an impact. On the morning of her first day, Sophia wakes up early, eager to begin but wanting to take her time to center herself. She enjoys a quiet breakfast, a moment of calm before stepping into the hustle and bustle of the work world. As she picks out her outfit, she smiles at the thought of the first impression she'll make, confident, professional, but also true to herself. Arriving at the office, Sophia is greeted by the HR manager, who had offered her the job. She's introduced to the rest of the team, a diverse group of passionate individuals, all eager to make their mark on the sustainability projects they've been working on. HR manager: welcome aboard, Sophia. We're thrilled to have you. Let me show you around and introduce you to your new colleagues. Sophia nods, feeling a spark of excitement. As she tours the office, meeting her new teammates, she feels the positive energy buzzing around her. The work environment is dynamic and collaborative, exactly what she was hoping for. She's introduced to her immediate supervisor, a warm but driven woman named Claire, who seems eager to start working with her. Claire, I've heard so much about you already. We're excited to see what you bring to the table, especially with your background in environmental initiatives. Sophia feels a sense of validation. It's one thing to be offered a job, but another to be welcomed so enthusiastically. She takes a deep breath, ready to jump into the work ahead. Sophia, I'm excited to be here, Claire. I've got some ideas I think could really make a difference. The day passes in a blur of introductions, meetings, and orientation. Sophia's mind is racing, trying to absorb all the new information, but she's energized by the challenges ahead. The projects are more complex than anything she's worked on before, but that's exactly why she's here. She thrives on the challenge, the opportunity to innovate, and the chance to contribute to something bigger than herself. As the workday comes to a close, Claire pulls Sophia aside for a one-on-one conversation. Claire, you did great today. I know it's a lot to take in, but I think you'll find your rhythm soon. We're all here to support you. Sophia smiles, grateful for Claire's kindness. Sophia, thanks, Claire. I really appreciate that. I'm excited to dive in and get started. That evening, after a long first day, Sophia returns home, her mind still buzzing with all the new experiences. She takes a moment to sit down on her couch, closing her eyes and letting out a sigh of contentment. This was just the beginning, and while the road ahead would undoubtedly be full of challenges, she felt more prepared than ever to take them on. Her phone pings once again this time. It's a message from her mom. "Mom, Tex, how was your first day?" Sophia smiles, typing back. "It was amazing, Mom. So much to learn, but I'm already feeling at home. Her mother's reply is warm, and Sophia feels a sense of pride in her response. I'm so proud of you, Sophia. You're going to do great things. Always remember, we're behind you every step of the way. Sophia lets the words sink in. She has the support of those who matter most, and now, she's ready to make her mark. As she heads to bed that night, her heart full of hope, she drifts off to sleep with a smile, knowing that this is only the start of something incredible. Sophia's heels clicked against the pavement, each step echoing the confidence she felt deep within her. As she passed the bustling city streets, she felt the weight of the morning's meeting lifting off her shoulders. The deal she had worked so tirelessly on had finally been sealed, and the sense of victory was sweet. She could still hear her colleagues' voices in her head, congratulating her, but she wanted a moment to herself, a moment to revel in the quiet satisfaction that only hard-earned success could bring. Turning a corner, she made her way toward the cafe she frequented. The barista behind the counter waved at her as she walked in, knowing her usual order by heart. As she waited for her coffee, she couldn't help but smile again. It wasn't just the deal. It was the knowledge that she was carving her own path in a world where she had once been underestimated. Sitting at a corner table, she sipped her drink and took a deep breath, savoring the peace. Today, nothing could ruin her mood. As Sophia sat at the corner table, the warm coffee in her hands felt like a small victory in itself. She looked out the window, watching the busy crowds pass by. There was a quiet hum of life around her, but for the first time in a long while, she felt detached from it all, content in her own bubble of accomplishment. Her phone buzzed on the table, breaking her moment of tranquility. She glanced at the screen and saw a message from her assistant, Mia. Sophia, I've just received an invitation to a gala tonight. The board wants you there, said it's important for your next project. Should I RSVP for you? Sophia frowned slightly. She wasn't one for galas or forced networking, but the thought of another opportunity to cement her place in the business world nudged her forward. She typed a quick response. Yes, RSVP, but keep it low-key. No spotlight. Just as she hit send, her phone rang. It was her brother, Jake. Sophia couldn't help but smile, knowing the call would either be about something ridiculous or a piece of offbeat advice that only Jake could give. Hey sis, you've got that look, what's going on? Just won that big deal, huh? Sophia leaned back in her chair, her smile widening. You know me too well. I do. And I'm proud of you, sophomore, seriously. But listen, I'm calling because I have a feeling you might be getting caught up in all of this. I know you're busy, but don't forget what makes you, well, you. You can win the world and still be you. Sophia paused, his words hitting her in a place she hadn't expected. She looked around the cafe, realizing how long it had been since she had just taken a moment to appreciate life, rather than constantly push toward the next goal. Thanks, Jake, she said softly, feeling a little more grounded. I'll keep that in mind. After hanging up, she decided to take the afternoon for herself. Maybe tonight's gala would be important for business, but today, she would take a breath and remember why she started this journey in the first place, not for the approval or expectations of others, but for the joy of proving to herself that she could achieve anything she set her mind to.